Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, well, it might not be overly clear, but Paradise City, I thought of making this actually. I just recently watched the film Thor, Love and Thunder, which for whatever reason I found to be far more enjoyable than I initially thought I would, sort of before I went and before I watched it, for a number of different reasons. But I did find that movie quite a bit better than I thought it was going to be. And one thing I noticed is basically the entire film soundtrack was Guns N' Roses, which, as sort of a kid that grew up in the 90s, pretty familiar with Guns N' Roses, late 80s, early 90s. And, good old Paradise City was, of course, in the soundtrack, where they go to sort of the new Asgard in the film. I just, in my head, I was sort of thinking of Pattaya. I was thinking of Pattaya. Everybody gets sort of mad at me and burns me in the comments on my pronunciation. I'm from Kansas. When I speak English, I speak with a Kansas accent. It's Pattaya to me. That's how I would say it. But I know there's no D's in there, so, I know that throws people off. But I thought of making this video because, I really don't think Pattaya gets the credit it deserves right now. I think as time moves forward, I think people are going to really see just how advantageous it might be to be in Pattaya, living there. And as we've noted in other videos, it is a unique thing in Thailand insofar as there are only two incorporated municipalities. One is Bangkok, which is the nation's capital, which kind of implies, like Canberra or Washington, D.C., City of London, there are sort of special jurisdictions oftentimes that go with sort of the capital of a given country. So that's not really too anomalous. But, Pattaya, it's almost kind of like a free city or something, as I've discussed. And again, that doesn't imply that it has any different relationship to the rest of the nation. It just, it administers itself. And then couple that with the fact that it's in the Eastern Economic Corridor, and it really is a powerful combination of things. And I got to thinking of making this video after reading a recent article from the Pattaya Mail, pattayamail.com. Again, a lot of information in this article. Urge those who are watching this, go check that out for themselves and read it, because there is a bunch of interesting stuff in there. I'm going to quote a little excerpt here, but it's from the article, Pattaya Property Market Shifting Away from Condos, Says Developers. And this excerpt doesn't really have anything to do with that per se, but just this little excerpt, quoting directly, Pattaya is strategically located in the Eastern Economic Corridor, which is rapidly transforming infrastructure links, especially transport, and continues to upgrade technologically the Thai economy, especially in Rayong province. Yeah, I can't tell you, just watching the past few years, the development that has occurred in this Eastern Economic Corridor. It is pretty darn staggering, quite frankly, and I have to say, I gotta give credit where credit's due. I admire this government for having the initiative to have this plan and to put it in place and actually implement it, and it's working. They're putting in high-speed rail. They've made tremendous improvements to the highways between the motorway and the highway between Bangkok and Pattaya, and I think there's only going to be more. The port, on top of that, the port facilities are substantial. And then all of the benefits that you just sort of see in having a more localized government structure in the form of the Pattaya city government, sort of all of these things are kind of a confluence of things, a perfect storm, if you will, of overall positivity in this particular region of Thailand.